Hi. Yes. So I took the test, October test, 2017. At the time, I was very nervous, but I did prepare thoroughly. I started preparing probably that was when I first started thinking about this. I heard about this customs broker, this field, through a friend, and I started getting interested, and I wanted to learn something new at the time. I've been working as a flight attendant for a long time, like around 9 years or something, since I was 22. And I was a little bored. I wanted to learn something I felt was useful. And one of my friend's parents knew of someone who actually took the test and was making around 90 grand or something. I'm thinking, ooh, this seems pretty productive or something that I might be interested in learning. So I was Googling, and then I saw, and then he welcomed me to his office, and then he started talking to me about this and got me really interested. And he really encouraged me because I'm not a very good test taker. I don't know about you, if you're a very good test taker, but I've never been good at multiple choice or standardized tests, especially long 4-hour or tests. So I was kind of initially quite nervous about this. I had no idea what to do. He actually gave me a lot of encouragement and I love his lectures. That's one thing. I don't know if you can. I've been to college. I hated a lot of college lectures from professors. I thought they were really boring and really didn't motivate me. Pretty much all of his classes, the things he talks about, it's not just helpful for, I guess, a course, it's also helpful for you, I guess, for the rest of your life, I think. There's a lot of things he talks about that equates to real life experiences. I like how he uses examples, too. Whenever he talks about a concept, he actually uses companies, he even used Apple as an example at one point when he's talking about products. So I really liked the way he lectured, and it never put me to sleep. That's what I can say, his class. And I love taking notes, and notes really help me. You need to take good notes for this class. That's very important. And I wrote the notes in English. But the notes were a lifesaver, because after I took his class, 17, that was after around 2 months of studying. Not as much, but I was flying to China too. I have trips 3 times a month, so when I'm away, I come back and I'm kind of tired. I don't study as much. So I'm thinking I studied for maybe 2 months at most. And I needed more practice at the time. I was reading notes. I'm a bad test taker, so I didn't take many practice tests. That's something I needed to do. Because on each test, for me, by far the area that's most tested on these exams is HCS classification. They count for the most questions. So I spent more time on that area, obviously, as opposed to part 4 or certain areas on the CFRs that they don't test as much, maybe only 2 questions. I would spend less time on those. And that really helped me. Because after practicing all 10 exams, I kind of had an idea of how they formulated their questions, and also an idea of the kind of answers they want. Because sometimes the best answer is not their best. Because they kind of have a way of thinking, and sometimes I had to guess, what does CBP want me to do, as opposed to what I think is now electronic format. So you have to, you walk in, there's a laptop, and you put all your stuff on one side, and you have to go from the screen to the books. At first I had to practice. They had a practice exam online too, just to give you an idea of what it's like. Well, because in the past it was all pencil and paper. It was a different type of exam, and the transition, it kind of made people freak out a lot. So this test, it didn't make it very too difficult, but it was pretty bad in New York. It didn't work. The system froze. So after every question, I had to worry about whether or not I was going to see the next question. It was wasting a lot of my time. And they gave me 30 extra minutes, but still, it was. But after a while, I just calmed down. At first, I was nervous, but after I started, because I practice a lot, and you get more confident when you take more tests. At least for me, I think. And I started just smiling and just trying to do my best. And then I ended up lucky enough to score 87.5 something. So I felt, it's not bad though. I think for me, if I can do it, I feel like any of you can do it. I'm not a good test taker. Okay? I'm sure many of you are much better test takers than I am. And if you're not a good test taker, my best advice, do as many questions as possible. And figure out what sections you're not good at. And then work on that section, attack your weakness. That's what I would say. And any questions? Want to pass it around?
Yeah. Okay, touch the original letter from CBP, and then you will gain more power from her success.
I feel like all of you are smart enough to pass this test. It's just a matter of knowing your weaknesses. That's what it is. Because I know what my weaknesses lie. You probably know what you're not good at.
Yeah, everybody wants to ask any question, so ask question right now.
But it didn't have that many questions. It's just I was looking at which ones, I had a list of sections or parts that had more questions on the test, and I was going from the most to least. Yeah. Basically, just looking at what I'm lacking. I didn't have enough time to read everything. Like technically, you're supposed to. I say if you have 3 months to study, the first month or something off of Amazon, and I reset it like for 2-minute questions. I'm like 2 minutes. I set it to 2 minutes. Every time is like counting down. I glance up like every several seconds, and if I feel like I'm not gonna get it, then I reset it. I go to the next one. Like that way, it's like someone constantly pushing you from behind, telling you to move on and not stay behind and just take 30 minutes on a question or longer than that, because then you're done. Yeah, you cannot take longer than I say 8 minutes probably on a question at most, or else you'll be depressed and you're gonna run out of time, and you don't want to run out of time. For me, I think I failed most because I ran out of time. I'm not good at keeping track of time. That was a weakness of mine, as well as not being a good.
Do you have any problems taking notes?
Notes?
Did you understand everything the teacher was telling you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Chinese is actually easy enough to understand everything.
It's the way he phrases it. He gives a lot of examples. Like he said one concept, and then he said, oh, an example. He said this company or that, and he has stories that are interesting, like real life stories, and examples help you drive home the concept, I would say. Like you don't understand a concept by itself, but if you hear someone give an example, that makes it easier to understand the concept. And that's something about this class I really, really liked. It gave me a good foundation of what a customs broker is, like this field. But before going into this, I had no idea. Like just passing a test, you're not really gonna learn what this field entails. Like he's an expert, I feel, at this field. He knows what he's talking about, and when he gives examples, it drives home everything he's trying to teach us. And that really helped me, and it made it interesting. Like it's not a boring lecture. I look forward to his lectures. I was here every class, even though they were long, 3-hour classes, but it was interesting. I mean, he could talk 3 hours about the topic. He knows, he's an expert at it. And I value the notes I took. I still have it in my notebook. And it would be something that I'll probably review from time to time. I had to look over it again recently because I probably forgot a lot of stuff. Any other questions? With all the multiple choice letters, A, B, C, D, E, so I had that printed out beforehand, so I was able to take notes. Like a question I didn't understand, on the right side, write some things and down. So after they told us to wait around for extra 30 minutes, and we waited a long time to get the extra 30 minutes. We would wait like 2 hours. So I was able to actually kind of look at the notes and figure out questions I didn't know before. That helped me too. But anyway, like I said, read those table of contents, CFR and HTS. That will really help you get familiar with the books, with the material. So you need to be as familiar as possible with the material in order to pass the test. Like knowing what areas has what, like kind of like a concept. Part 1, part 4 has what? Part like 111, what is it about, or something like generally. And certain parts that has a lot of questions, you should read the whole thing. Like, not every part, but important ones. Like you could tell by going through the past exam circle, I was circling on the answer key. I was circling which questions are from what section. They actually list it. The answer keys the CBP gives are nice. Like every question give you the answer. They also give you the source, like where the answer comes from, which section. And based on that section, I was able to, gather which section has how many questions. I tallied it, I was counting, and then I'll try to eliminate. Also, you have to be mindful, something you think might be the answer, you also have to check. After you circle the right answer, look for all the other answers. See if they could possibly be the answer. So try to eliminate, make sure that you didn't eliminate the right answer, is one thing. That's why it takes more time. Like for me, at most 6 minutes. Because you have to compare, contrast, even if you were pretty sure it's one answer, but you have to compare it. And be mindful of the section notes. Check the test, just put questions on 98, 99, because that's like another monster, I would say, those questions. Luckily, this test didn't have any, but Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, how much are those books, the books for the racks, you have to buy them separately, I'm assuming?
Yeah, unless it comes with the class, but they were a few hundred, I would say. Like the rack itself, I remember
I saw on his website.
Yeah, I think he promotes it. I saw it on the website.
Yeah,
Yeah, just buy from it. Yeah, get it from him.
And then after the
It's not that. It's okay. The book's 3,000 pages. I remember the first time I printed it from Office Max. It cost me $300 or something. So I think it should be less than that, like 200 or They're on a rack. They have ringlets, like 3-inch ones. Like they have like 12 of those strips, and you have to organize the pages into each one. So they're all like at the end. They're like, if you were to take it apart, there'd be like 12 separate little, like I said, packets of paper and everything. And I numbered it. I labeled it 1 through 12, so I'll know what order. And I had to put it back on a rack, one after another. You slide it on. It's like a rack that's standing up. And number 1, you slide it on, that's 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then at the end it looks like what comes out in the photo. And I also, so I didn't have to write out every single thing. It took me a whole day to tab everything because I was slow and thorough. And after I tabbed it, I started doing my own thing. I started taking, other color stuff. I started coloring, highlighting, and you had to make it your own. That's what it is. But the tabs, the initial one, it saved me a lot of work because I didn't have to tab sections. I didn't have to tab 1 to 97. So you can find it right away. That way you don't have to flip for something. You could, if you want to go to number 55 or something, just take 55. You go right over there. Or the index. You don't have to look for the index. The index, I labeled it as it's part of the tab. The tab was very thorough. Went from it separated the trade agreements, the general notes. All of them were tabbed, as well as the papers you have here. Because I had taken notes before in this class, the CFRs. I put some on the rack too, a few. Like the really important one, 7501, Form 7501, and all that. And I was able to, for these, I would suggest buying the spiral books, CFRs. They're easier they're smaller, they're more portable. That way you don't have as much papers. Unless you want to use 2 racks, like one for the HCS and one for but you might not have enough room on the day of the test for that. So for my rack, it was just big enough for a little bit of the CFR and most, of course, all of the 3,000-page HCS. But I still use that the most a lot of times. You go from one to another, like both. But I had important notes on that. You can do what you want, customize it. If you finish the test in 4 hours, then I could finish the test in 4.5 hours. And then the one on the bottom is I set to 2 minutes or 6 minutes, something like that, depending on which question I'm doing. And I'll reset and memorize this stuff, and you play around. Reset, That, they didn't say anything. I was scared that maybe they're not going to allow me to, but on the day of the test, they didn't tell me anything. It was fine. They just don't allow you could take a calculator. It's the same as a calculator similar. There's nothing but like a number on it. There's nothing else you can do with it. And it was small.
Do you need to use a calculator on other questions that require calculation?
Very few for the math questions. Why wouldn't you? Wouldn't you rather a calculator than doing it yourself? That would just save time. And you don't want to make a mistake with those little decimals. The calculator would be very helpful. Just a calculator. Nothing other electronic. Anything extra. A very simple calculator. But for the timers, you guys might not need it because now it's electronic. There's actually a timer up above the computer screen on the right-hand side. It tells you how much time you have left. But for me, I need it for every question because else I might linger too long. I can't keep track of time very well, so I don't know how 2 minutes should feel sometimes. After a while, I'll be like, I spent too long or something, and the timer tells you that. Okay, anything else?
If no more questions, then we give.
Thank you. Good luck. Okay, I'm sure y'all pass.